Viewers, one of the reasons that Delhi is in the news is because of the Tabligh Jamaat congregation, which just spiked the numbers up there. And now we are being told that over 500 carriers or potential carriers of COVID-19 from this congregation are totally off the grid. They switched off their mobile phones. They're completely untraceable. And if you just do the maths on the back of the estimated projections, these individuals could put several 100,000 people at risk, viewers, because they've traveled across all forms and modes of transport. The maths is very simple. We are going to put the maths out for you. But what we can tell you, viewers, is this, that one person can affect 406 in a month. And here we have a situation where 549 Tablighis are today not traceable. These should have been tested. And the time has come to think of these as a threat to national security, and they must be dealt as a threat to national security. And I want to go straight across to our guests on this. Look at the number of people that can be put at risk. 2,22,894 potential lives could be at risk, viewers. This is not a joke. Shehzad Poonawalla joins the broadcast. Sanjay Hegde is also there with us. Shehzad Poonawalla, this is a seriously big number. And these individuals pose a real threat to health of the nation. And I want to ask you, therefore, has the time come to perhaps book them for culpable homicide not amounting to murder or even murder?
I think nothing short of that should be tolerated. In fact, this Tabligh Jamaat should not only be taken action against, they should be made to pay for the 25,000 people who've been put in quarantine, and they should be banned. But the problem, and every day we are seeing a new story. You showed the Dwarka story about them throwing urination bottles. You showed about how they were openly defecating in the Narela camp yesterday and spitting on doctors, showing obscene moves towards the female doctors. The point is that why is it still being tolerated by certain sections of the so-called secular Jamaat? They come out and they say and they defend them, and I've been saying it on record that Arfa Khanum Sherwani, the likes of these secular parties, they are here happy to blame the government for everything, but they won't call out the Tabligh Jamaat for what it is, the corona super spreader.
Okay, Sanjay Hegde, over to you, sir. Is the time now come to throw the law book in their face with the charge of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, or perhaps even murder, as certain people have even come out and suggested?
In law, if you make out a case, then you have to prove intent. I think that is a bit of a stretch in law. Now forget the legal aspects of it. The question is, you have a problem. You have a problem of 500 people whom you are not able to trace. The issues of who let them out and all that, keep it aside. What appears to me...
Sir, they are deliberately evading the law. The numbers are known, but they've switched off their phones. Their names are known, but they're not found at that location. They're not in their residences. So they're constantly ignoring the most basic requirement right now, which is self-quarantine, self-isolation, and most importantly, and this is where the problem begins and ends, Hegde, Sanjay Hegde, and this is where you need to, sometimes get off the fence and take a position. The point is, they are premeditatedly evading the deadlines that have been set by their own state governments.
Let me take a position.
Okay, take a position.
First, the position is this, that if you demonize any set of people, then they are going to go further underground. So the first thing that you have to do is to locate them intelligently.
No, this is ridiculous.
Shehzad,
this is ridiculous.
I did not interrupt you. I would appreciate it.
You have demonized
Shehzad, let him finish, please. Shehzad Poonawalla, let him finish. Let him finish, Shehzad Poonawalla.
Sadhvi Pragya as a terrorist.
Have you finished?
Okay,
Nobody's
so
bringing
now we are.
religion here.
Well, he's got a point to make.
See, the point is
Demonizing. Who's demonizing, sir? These are criminals. They're criminals. They're behaving like criminals.
You can give them any name. The more you demonize them, the more underground they go, the more difficult it is for both you and me.
So the problem is law enforcement.
No, the
problem is law enforcement. Is that the problem?
The problem is that if you demonize people and they go underground, they take the virus underground and they spread it. Now, it is in everybody's interest to get
the
them
Shaheen Bagh
in.
Dadis.
How have these
Sanjay
people been
Hegde,
demonized, sir? In
you
fact,
to-
if anything,
for
the
you
state
to
has... No,
constantly-
1 second. The state has not done enough. First of all, they violated 2 important orders issued by the Kejriwal government. They did not even conform to those. This is not a BJP government. This is not some Hindutva plot. Their chief, Maulana Saad, comes out and says very clearly, listen to me, let's not talk about demonizing here. You know, the milk of human kindness cannot just flow from one set of, individuals. I mean, they have a duty to society. They are posing a risk to people. Tomorrow those people die. What are you going to say?
Listen,
What nonsense. They've been given the longest rope by the state. I want to bring in Nikat Kazmi. No, 1 second. Nikat Abbas. Go ahead. No, listen, don't come here and, you spew your warped secularism. Sorry, Mr. Hegde, that's wrong. It's very wrong. This has got nothing to do with religion. It's got nothing to do with demonizing any community. This is only asking people to conform to the law of the land. Tomorrow you will say that people living in Vasundhara apartment, which is going to be sealed if they start coming out, don't demonize him, because if they do so, I mean, come on. Yes.
It was the
Nikat Abbas. Nikat Abbas.
You can speak when your name is announced. Now, see, Rahul, there is a big segment, I agree, there's a big segment of people in my community who are not educated. There are people who are orthodox, but people who lead their lives through an intrigue and conspiracy can never be the representatives of Islam or Muslim. Now, Maulana Saad is no one but an absolute coward to try and tuck down the entire community to this virus. And I'm sorry to say, but Sanjay Hegde and other people who are kindly blindfolded deliberately just to avoid this religion impact. Oh my God, you people need to get your fact check and things clear that it is nothing to do with the religion. If at all, Maulana Saad was not Maulana Saad and some other Hindu propagator or any Hindu dharmic guru, you would have come up with the same statement. It is not demonizing. These people are criminals. Literally, when they start, when they created this kind of a lot where people were, coming to the Jamaat.
Well, I'll tell you, Nikat Abbas, the time has come to stop drawing these false equivalences. The time has come to throw the rule book and whatever the rule is under which these individuals are guilty of not, and I have to say this, not living up to the responsibility of community, to the community, they need to be punished under that rule. Now, whether it's murder, culpable homicide, I'm not here to decide this, but the time has come to stop the kid gloves treatment, and let's stop being apologetic about their behavior. It's nothing short of criminal. I'll leave it at that. The news are.